Hello everybody, I hope you are having a fantastic day today. Today we are back and doing a kind of tiny house, small house build. It's a like a one person slash two, like if you're like couple kind of living kind of area. It's a very small house, definitely something if you have like a family add on, make it bigger. Because it's like one bathroom and everything else is one. Well, technically two rooms. Okay, it has a bedroom and it has a bathroom and it has a kitchen slash dining area. That's what it has. It's a tiny house. And so let me explain why this house kind of exists. Because, so I recently did the $10,000 house building challenge. Linked up in the corner. What happened was I started with this one, and I accidentally, I built it and everything, and then I realized I'd only spent like $8,000 on it, and I was just like, but everything's perfect. I don't want to change anything. And so, I guess I could have just posted like the $8,000, well, it's like $8,500. Anyway, $9,000 house building challenge. But I was like, no, and so I ended up doing the $10,000 house building challenge. And I actually really like how that turned out. So I'm really glad I redid it, because it kind of like gave me a chance to kind of like try things again and do it in a little bit different style. Because this is definitely more of a I don't really know how to describe it, but like the other one's a little bit more modern. This one's definitely more like suburban-esque. Yeah. So anyway, back to story. So I built this house and I was like, but I want to use it, but I need to add things. And so, but then what happened was I deleted the video. I deleted this video by accident, and I don't really know when or how, but I went to look for it, and it no longer exists. So what I had to do was I demolished this house, and I rebuilt it, because it's a small house, and it took me like maybe 30 minutes to build, maybe if that. Okay, the first time around it took me longer because I was like, oh no, money is a factor, and then I deleted the video, but I really liked the house, and I was like, okay, so I took screenshots and everything, and I was like, okay, so I have an idea of what I want it to look like, took dimensions, things like that, and I was like, I'm going to rebuild it for a video, because I like how this looks, and people might want a small house, so I was like, okay, so I rebuilt it, and without the money constraint. Granted, I didn't have it be $30,000-$40,000 house or like $100,000 house. I made it a starter home, a small starter home, and I was like, okay. And it's a cheaper starter home. I think it ends up being like $13,000. I think plus some change in there, but it's a cheaper starter home, and you can definitely start a sim here, and it would work really well. And so it doesn't have a lot to it, but you could really easily add on to it. So I was like, okay. So and here we are, doing a starter home. So the fake $10,000 house building challenge that got turned into a starter home. So yeah. Okay, so to the build. When I built this I'm gonna kind of go back and forth between when I built this the first time, because I do remember building it, and I kept a lot of things the same because I really liked it, and I was like, okay. I really wanted to do walls that kind of had pops of color walls. I didn't want everything to be just brown or grays, because granted, I like that, but at the same time, it makes for a very, very boring house in The Sims 4, and it also makes everything very dark and kind of drab and dreary, and I was like, okay, I need some bright colors, and granted, I personally myself, I do enjoy rooms that are brighter, or that have an accent wall or things like that, have designs or textures. I like that a lot, but I kind of default to brown, beige, yeah. So it's just kind of and so it's really easy for me to go okay, brown flooring, brown walls, or gray walls, and be like, there we go, done. Put the pops of color in plant life or other things on the wall. I was like, no, let's go things a little bit different approach. Let's do pops of color on the wall, do some color in the bed, or plants and things like that. But at the same time, keep in mind that the walls are going to be more of the pop of color than the bedding, or that than the like dining room, things like that. Does that make sense? So yeah, so that was kind of the idea behind it and everything. And so there was a method to my madness. So, but when I built this, I can't words. No. I wanted to make sure and include lots of like plant life and things like that. So like I really kind of tried to do more like outdoorsy like stuff. Not really stuff, but like more details. Like I put lots of plant life and like some trees and things like that, because it is a small, very simple house. So I was like, okay, how can I make this better than just like it's not boring, but like simple, less simple, if that makes sense. So I went with like, and I really like the siding color. Like I really like it. I'm just like, haha. So the only thing is like, how in The Sims 4 you could like the walls with the outside white paneling and everything, or the corner paneling, they were separate pieces. I wish that they had done that in The Sims 4, because in The Sims 4 it's set to like auto do it, but it doesn't always do it. Like the corners aren't always, and I'm like, wait, but I want this corner to have it, and I don't want this corner to have it. And it's like, oh, well, the corner you don't want, I'm gonna put it there, and the corner you do want it, I'm gonna not. And it's like, hold up, this is not working. And I wish that they would kind of, that's what, I know what it, like, how you have auto counter, you can turn off auto counter and everything. I wish you could turn off like auto siding or whatever. I don't architect. I don't know what those corner pieces are called, but like, let's call them siding, even though the whole pieces are called siding. Auto siding, turn it off and on, because that would be great. It would solve all my problems. So granted, it's probably not going to be a thing, because it's probably not a thing a lot of people really want / desire, and it's one of those things that you're going to turn off by accident, not realize you've done it, and not be able to fix it because you don't know how. So the things we want in The Sims and aren't able to have. But yeah, so definitely, like, if you're gonna live here, you might want to add like, I don't know, either a computer somewhere or like a chess table outside or anything. There's not necessarily a lot of like skill building activities. Let's see, there's the bookshelf, and then there's the mirror, and then outside I end up putting a basketball court, because I thought about putting like the hand rug, what's it called? The thingy that you have bars above your head and you swing back and forth as a small child. Jungle gym? Jungle gym? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Anyway, that thing. But the thing is, with that, is it's for kids. You can't use it as an adult. And I was like, well, this house is not geared for having children yet. You're going to have to add on for children or build a basement or something. It's not going to work. Sorry, I said build a basement, and my brain was like, yes, Sarah, stick all the children in the basement. I was like, hold up. But anyway, so I put a basketball court and tried to make things more adult-esque feeling, because it's not a like kids geared house. It's a single person geared house. So I was like, okay. And I made sure and included, sorry, had to yawn. I made sure and included the stupid mailbox, because recently I have noticed when I reload up the houses to take screenshots, because a lot of times I'll build a house and be like, oh, I want to build something else, and I won't take screenshots yet. So, but I'll come back and I'll be like, oh no, the mailbox. Or it will be even worse. It will be after I've taken all of the screenshots, all of them, and it'll be like, oh, the mailbox got like defaulted in the back somewhere, and it just exists back there, and it's like, dang it. And normally by then I've already like posted it to the gallery, and it's already like lost cause, and I'm just like, aggravation. And so it's like, yes, the mailbox will be a part. It is there. It's where it is. That's where it's going to be. So just a minute, gotta take a drink of water. So yeah, so doing several recordings today. So it's like, okay, I got my water, I got my snacks. Today is like recording as in recording videos, and recording as in audio, and render. Like today is like video day. Whew. So yeah, and so like I made sure to include some some greenery. that's the word, greenery in the house and everything. Because I felt like the only issue with how this house is designed is that you kind of have that like L wall right there, and it's like, what am I gonna put there? So I'm like, trash can and plant. I was gonna say flower, and I'm like, that plant has no flowers. So yeah, honestly, like, I like how it turned out. It's a nice little starter home, kind of homey, and so yeah. So I definitely kept like the cost down and everything by doing like cheaper bed, cheaper lighting, cheaper like dining area, and cheaper kitchen. But I made sure to include like a TV. Like the first time I built this, I did not have a TV because I was like, oh, I have to stay under $10,000, and like I was looking at the cost and I was like, wait, something not adding up. And I think it was around the time I was like, wait, do I have enough money to put a computer? And it was like, oh wait, something's wrong here. And it was like, no, I've screwed up the build. And so it's like, okay, finish the build. And then I went on and did other things. Oh, I was traveling. I was gone. And then I came back and recorded my other $10,000 house build challenge. Then I was like, yeah. And I think sometime within there, I was like, forget this house, delete. Now I'm just like, no. So I don't know where it is though, because the problem with recording videos is videos take up a lot of space on your hard drive, and it's very easy to like run out of space quickly, or at least in your recycle bin to run out of space, and you're just kind of like, let me empty that before it gets to like 10 gigabytes, 20 gigabytes, and takes like 5 minutes to delete everything out of it. So yeah. Oh yeah, that vase thing. I saw a really cool thing in somebody else's house. Because I actually have a few games that I'm actually playing The Sims in. Miracle of miracles. But what they did was they put like the fancy vase, and then they took one of the plants that has the boring flower pot, and they like stuck it in there, and I was like, oh, genius! And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do that another time because this vase is $300. And I'm trying to save money. So it didn't turn into a thing this time, but like, if the future, it's gonna be a thing, if I remember. But it's gonna be a thing. And so like outside, I tried to use different trees than I normally do, because I kind of like that one, the oak tree, or the taller, thinner trees. And I was like, no, wait, let's put in this like massive fat tree that's been living here for like 80 years. Because like after I kind of built the house, I was like, yeah, this house has been here for a while. It's like, it's kind of similar to my grandparents' house in the fact that it's really small. When my grandparents moved to, on my dad's side, when my grandparents moved to Kansas, my grandpa built the house that they lived in, like, until they passed away. But he built it, and it was like, yeah, this is like a small, older house that somebody built from the ground up, and yeah, that's what this is. And so it's got like older trees, and it's kind of been lived in, and it doesn't have a big what's it called, yard or anything like that. It's just small and compact, and it has just what you need, not like excess of things like a lot of houses do now. You have like houses that have like 2 or 3 rooms that if you live there by yourself, you don't actually use unless you like are a nerd and like have a computer room and then like gaming room, like things like that. But it's not a lot of people use those rooms. So it's like, okay, small compact house that's been here for a while. Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of, and then see here, just adding some textures and everything to make it seem like, guess what? People actually do play on this instead of just sitting out on the back on nice greenery. So yeah, but yeah, here are the screenshots. I like it. It really turned out well. And so don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I come out with videos 3 times a week, and you can follow me on other social media. There are links down below. I hope you guys have an amazing day today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!